Greetings, Commanders. With Elite Dangerous 3.3 releasing soon, we here at Simbad thought it'd be a good idea to put together a tutorial for newer players, or for players that just wanted to earn a few extra credits before the new patch. This guide will take you from a fresh save to as many credits as you need. We'll cover things like basic bounty hunting, earning credits with exploration, and everyone's favorite Robigo passenger missions. Once you get to the Robigo portion of this guide, you can expect to make about 30 million credits per hour. As you increase your exploration rank and local faction rep at Robigo, you'll eventually earn about 80 to 100 million credits per hour. Please check the description below for the build used in this video. Thanks, folks. We'll see you around. Step 1. Get a Sidewinder and bounty hunt with a kill warrant scanner. Step 2. Get a hauler, a detailed surface scanner, and a basic discovery scanner. Step 3. Use Road to Riches to plot a route for exploration. Step 4. Sell your exploration data and get a Type 6. Step 5. Take your Type 6 with economy cabins all the way to Robigo and make hundreds of millions of credits. Okay folks, how's it going? I'm going to explore what I think is a decent way to get from a fresh save, freshly wiped, or you just started the game, up to an Anaconda or similar level ship, or enough money to buy whatever ship you want that's not rank locked. So I'm going to go ahead and clear my save here and explore some of the options that you have just starting out to make decent money, and then the steps that you're going to take to get to, say, a Python or an FDL, and then up to the larger ships like a Type 10 or a Type 9 or an Anaconda. I won't deal with getting a Corvette or a cutter just because those are rank locked. So let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and clear my save, and then the next time I cut back in, we'll be starting off fresh with a Sidewinder. So the idea here is to just get a ship that's capable of shooting the enemy and hopefully doing a kill warrant scan, which in some cases can increase our payout by up to 100%. Okay, so I've left Holer Terminal. I'm heading over to the nearby resource extraction site, which is what I'll call a regular resource extraction site. There's low, regular, high, and hazardous. Every one of them, except for the hazardous resource extraction site, will have system security, which will in general help you out. And they'll even be attacking wanted ships. So the idea here is, even in a weak little Sidewinder with starting weapons, you can basically shadow the police and shoot what they're shooting and get credit for the kills when they die, and get the bounties that way instead of engaging in a long and difficult fight with one ship. Okay, so I've got a wanted Viper Mk4, which is going to be a little tankier than an Mk3 Viper. Definitely more than a match for me, but there are some possible security forces here. So let's go ahead and see if we can attack and get some help from the cops. Okay, so I've got him. And when he starts shooting at me, I'm going to go ahead and pop chaff. So here, since our ship is so terrible, we're going to need to manage our pips quite a bit. So when we're trying to boost away, recharge our engines, go ahead and put pips to ENG. For, sustained fire, put them to ENG for wep. And then if your shields are low or you want stronger shields, put more pips to systems. So as you can see, other ships here are joining in. Other NPCs are helping. So this is going to be an easy fight. We just need to make sure we keep shooting him, because if we let off and he dies without us shooting him for several seconds, we will not get credit. So we just always want to keep fire up when he's close to dying, and we will most likely get credit for that kill. So as you can see, I've got all my pips to weapons, all 4 pips. And he is down. We don't need to shoot anymore. So 26,000 credits, so not bad. Not great, but while we're out here, let's just see if we can get a few more. So again, another leisurely fight. Now some people think this is a cheap way of doing it, but what else are you going to do? You can do missions. You can do missions to get credits early on, but and that might be a better way, honestly, to get that first 100,000 credits or so. But I don't want to I don't want to do that. I'd rather do it combat because in general it's quicker. Alright, so there's another few thousand credits here. So let's just see what we've got here in our transactions tab. We got 183,000 credits bounty for this one faction here in Cremain Corporation. So I think it's about time to go ahead and turn those in, because if we died right now, we'd lose all that. Okay, folks, so we are here back at Holder Terminal, and we are going to go into the outfitting screen and hopefully upgrade this ship a little bit better. So I've got enough credits to get a few tweaks that'll help us along and get some bounties a little quicker, hopefully. So let's go to Starport Services. Go ahead and repair all. Go to our contacts, and this is here where we go to turn in our bounties. 183,000 credits, and we'll go into outfitting now with that new cache and see what we can do. So I want to I want to upgrade our power plant just a little bit here. We're going to get some new thrusters, just one grade up, a better distributor, get a better shield generator that should be a little stronger and charge a little faster, a hull reinforcement for armor when we drop our shields, if they have it. And we're going to change one of these pulse lasers to a multi-cannon for doing more hull damage. It also uses less distributor power. And then we've got our chaff launcher, which was already there, and then a D-rated kill warrant scanner, which will help us make more for our kills. So, hard points first. Let's change one of the pulse lasers to a multi-cannon, which would be here, hopefully. Gimbaled multi-cannon. So a lot of the parts on the Sidewinder, and in fact the Sidewinder itself, that are loaned. So it's free, basically. So you don't get any money back for selling that loaned pulse laser, but in general, if you were to sell parts and equipment, you get the full 100% of the cost back. Ships, you lose 10% when you sell. So utility mounts, let's see if they have a D-rated kill warrant scanner. They do, 40,000 credits. So let's go ahead and check our modules, our fire groups rather. So here's the pulse laser, I'll put that on trigger 1. Multi-cannon I'll put on trigger 2 so I can fire them independently. I'll also put my kill warrant scanner on trigger 1 so I can scan while I'm shooting, but I'm also going to put it on my second fire group so I can scan while not shooting, and we can toggle those. So let's go back out now with a slightly better ship, slightly faster, slightly more armored, slightly better shielded, and a little bit more firepower. We'll head back out to that resource extraction site and hopefully get a few more bounties, this time with a kill warrant scan. Then I'll show you what kind of difference that makes. In the testing I was doing earlier, I was getting, in most cases, double the bounty. So let's see what his initial bounty is. 25,000 credits. So let's go ahead and scan him. And you have to be pointed at him, and you have to be within range, which in this case I think is about 2 kilometers. And we have a scan complete. Now let's see what his bounty payout is going to be. 40,000. So it's just under 100% increase. Okay, so he's done. So we got 41,000 credits. Now you'll see though it's going to be broken down to a couple different bounties here. 8,000 in Cremain Free, 6,000 in Yakubai Exchange, and then 26,000 in the controlling faction here. So that's what I mean when it says it's split over multiple factions. So you'll have to either go collect that or go to a Interstellar Factors and collect it all there at a 25% loss or 25% reduction. So one more thing, I did mention turning in bounties that are for factions that are not in the system that you are in. You can find those at Interstellar Factors. So Interstellar Factors are contacts at your station or at a station, but they only show up in systems with low security. So if you want to find that out, you go to Gal Map, and up here you can set your filters. So right now we've got none. So you could set by services, but that doesn't work as well as I'd like. So here's services. Now we could click on interstellar factors. So supposedly LHS 3447 has an interstellar factor. Now the reason we know that is because we've been there. But it'll only show you for services systems that you've already been to. So everything else is unknown. I guarantee you there are more interstellar factors around here. So let's go to the filter of security, low. Now any low security system that's populated will have an interstellar factors at station. Okay everyone, so I'm back at Holder Terminal in Cremain. I turned in a fair amount of my bounties, about 500,000 credits worth. I now have 456,000 credits, which isn't quite enough. But they do have a hauler here, so I'm going to see if I can get what I need. And if not, we'll go to another system to turn in a few more bounties. So now I've got a hauler, which is similar to this build here, or it will be. And this is my goal here, is to get a lightweight hauler with lightweight components, the D-rated things, the best frameshift drive we can, whatever fuel scoop we can afford, the basic discovery scanner, which allows us to reveal planetary bodies and systems, and then the detailed surface scanner, which will return detailed surface scans for when we target those planetary bodies, and that's how we can make some money exploring. We want to strip this for weight. We don't need anything unnecessary. We're going to sell the weapon, which isn't going to do us much good anyway, and then we'll get the most lightweight components we can for our core internals. And that's going to be always D-rated. So power plant. Now, ideally, if we had the cash, we'd get a 1A if that existed, or a 2A power plant, which is going to be more heat efficient, which would allow us to scoop longer near stars without overheating. But I don't think that's going to be an issue, so I'm not going to worry about that. So 2D thrusters. Obviously, we'll want a 2A frameshift drive. That's going to be the most expensive thing on here right now, 160,000 credits. So we want to buy the detailed surface scanner here. There we go. Now we can afford that. Left over with enough for rebuy. Let's go ahead and check the life support. We can do that. Lighter. And then let's go ahead and check the sensors, which we should be able to upgrade to a 1D, which are lighter, for 1,200 credits. Okay, everything in order. It is. Double check our optional internals. Let's go ahead and return to the surface and then talk about what Road to Riches is, and then use another third-party website or application to plot routes. Road to Riches is a route. It's not a singular route, but it's a bunch of systems that you can route based on where you are, and you can visit them in order, in any order you please, and scan one or more planetary bodies, which give you a lot of cash for exploration data. So for instance, an Earth-like world could give you about 600,000 or 700,000 credits. Our discovery scanner is of the basic variety, so our range on that is only 500 light seconds from where we are. So we're going to ignore any planet that is over 500 light seconds away from the main star. So we can ignore everything in this system here, we can ignore everything in this system, but as you can see, there are many systems to scan from that will have things under 500 light seconds. So right away, our first one, Alrise Sector ONT whatever, it's got a terraformable water world 89 light seconds from the main star. We'll go into Gal Map. We'll plot that by pasting it in, or you can type it in, and it will probably be 2 jumps for us. So let's go ahead and jump to the next target system, and that I think was planet number 1. So the naming convention here is 1 would be the first planet from the star. Now in systems with multiple stars, each star is referred to as a letter in descending order. The first star is A, the second star is B, and so on. So A4 is going to be the 4th planet orbiting the first star, A4. And when we say the 4th planet, we mean looking in system map and seeing in order from left to right which planet that is. So you can just go into the system map here, In this case, there's just one planet, and obviously it's in a water world, and that is the first planet. So if there was a second planet, it would be here, third, fourth, etc. So we'll go ahead and target that. I'm not even going to bother scanning the star. It's only going to give us a few thousand credits, so I'm not going to worry about that. I forgot to target it. My bad. There we go. So let's go ahead and there very well may be other planetary bodies in this system that are farther than 500 light seconds, but for our purposes, we don't care about them. So it's already scanning because we're relatively close. If you look in the lower left-hand corner, our detailed surface scanner is doing the work. So you need to wait several seconds for that. Okay, so there we go. Water world. So that's going to be worth several 100,000 credits. So go back to our router. We have visited that. Now, here we are. There's two things here. So there's a high metal content world, and there's a terraformable water world. There's an Earth-like here, but that's further out. So we'll go ahead and hit that one. We'll get those first two anyway. Okay, so it's going to be at least 2 jumps.
Drive charging.
2 jumps to Iman. Okay, so as we are approaching this body to scan, we're slowing down. We don't need to be any closer, so I've come to a full stop here. Okay, so there we go. We've got the water world. Let's just do one more. So we've done 1, 2, this will be number 3, number 4. So 4 scans, figure 600,000. So we're looking at 2 to 3 million credits once we turn that in right there. So one thing to remember is that exploration data is a lot like bounties in the fact that if you die or get blown up, lose your ship while you have them on you, you lose all of that. You need to go to a station, go to the cartographer or the cartographic contact rather, and hand that data in. And I'll do that in a second here. Now we'll go to our contacts. I'm sorry, not our contacts. We'll go to our universal cartographics contact here. And note that here's all our discoveries. So we didn't make as much as I thought, and in this case here, we aren't far enough away. You have to be at least 20 light years from the system where you got that data to sell it. So you could sell everything at once. We'd get 761,000 credits. But what's happening here is we're missing out on 647 and 596 right there. So that's another 1.5 million. So we'd have about 2.5 million, which is roughly what I calculated. So we could sell these one at a time, if you wanted to, or you could just sell it all at once. Now, obviously, if we had more scans, you could sell by page. So you would sell large chunks at a time. Now let's go ahead and check our explorer rank is aimless. Now let's see what happens when we sell a bit more.
Incoming message.
We are now, I believe we just got promoted. Even though it's not showing it there, we got promoted, I believe. Yeah, so we've just got enough exploration data to get invited to this Felicity Farseer engineer. We've been promoted to scout for exploration rank. So that's basically it. That is the road to riches. Feel free to continue to do that to make about 4 or 5 million credits to get our next ship in this progression. Okay folks, I'm here in 109 Piscium, about to dock at Issing or Icing Station, which eddb.io tells me that they have the Type 6 and then everything I need for my Robigo passenger runs, which are a mixture of 5 E4, E3, E2E economy cabins, a decent fuel scoop to get out to Robigo, and all the D-rated core internals to make my T6 as light as possible. So I will exchange my old ship for 45,000 credits and confirm. So I've got my ship. Go back into outfitting. Do the same process we did with the hauler. Strip anything else that's unnecessary. Okay, so let's go to optional internal. What we're going to do here is buy a passenger cabin. 5E economy. But I'm not 100% sure I can get another 5E economy class passenger cabin out near Robigo. So I'm just going to go ahead and store that by first buying a fuel scoop. Hopefully I can afford the 5B. And you can see the huge price difference here. 2 million versus 7.7 million. So I'm going to store my economy class cabin, or my econ cabin there, and then get everything else as listed in my bill. So let's plot a route. We are going to Robigo. I am 17 jumps out, which isn't great. Ideally it's much less if you had engineering, but I don't because I'm starting from scratch. Hey folks, just a quick update. I actually changed the destination. I'm not going to Robigo right now. I'm going to Cios. Okay folks, so I'm docking here at Babbage Gateway in Cios, which is about 60 light years from Robigo. In my case, that's about 3 jumps. And I'm just stopping here to get a, I'm going to store my 5B fuel scoop. And I'm going to replace that with a 5E economy passenger cabin. Okay, so we are about 20 seconds out from Robigo Mines. Here we are docking. It's kind of cool docking at these little outposts. Now let's see what we got here. I'm going to go ahead and turn in my exploration data here. 2.2 million and change. It's going to sell it all. It's all going to go to CDE Corporation. It's going to affect my reputation with them. Now if you notice, I got an incoming message, and that should be reputation change. I am now friendly, which is one step below allied, which is great. Didn't do anything for my reputation for the other 2 factions, but whatever, no big deal. Okay folks, so I am here in Robigo with my Type 6 docked at Robigo Mines, and I'm just going to go over, you know, what missions to take and how the best way to go about it. So I've already sold my exploration data. I'm friendly with one faction and neutral with the others. Let's take a look at what we can get. So we are looking for only missions, only VIP, which are noted with a VIP and a crown, economy class cabin missions, all going to serious atmospherics. Ideally, you want to get at least cordial and friendly, or obviously allied is the goal. And to do that, it may be tempting to get this 1.2 million credit, 1.3 million credit mission, but you're not going to gain much reputation. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to load up on reputation missions. Now again, once you're allied, you're not going to have to worry about this as much. Alright, so there was nothing there. So I'll just go back to solo. And if I don't get a mission, I'm just going to go. Now as you can see, I'm not going to make a ton of money. So you could just not worry about rep and let your rep grow a little more slowly. And I'll do that on the next run. I'll just focus only on money, but I just want to show you a way to get reputation with these factions first. So we are going to Sothis here, which is 59 light years away. And that is 3 jumps. Okay. So what I forgot is I don't have the nav point, or I don't have the location for this. So I'm going to drop in. I only have to do this once. I'm going to drop into the nav beacon. I think it's about 1,500 light seconds out, so it's just beyond reach for my scanner, or for my, so it won't show up on my nav panel. So I'm going to go to the nav beacon first. So you'll see it. It's that white icon right there, navigation beacon, and you can see it in your contact list. Navigation beacon. It's not in your nav panel. It's in your contacts list. So anyway, it's scanning, scanning, scanning. Data downloaded. Now you'll notice in the navigation panel, I have everything filled out. Here's my mission icon at Sothis A5, which is 1,700 light seconds away. Okay, so quickly select that tourist beacon right there. Serious atmospherics shows up in the contacts. Don't run into it. Don't take hull damage. If you need to, use your thrusters to orbit it around. Okay, I've scanned it just enough. I've completed all my missions. Let's go back to Robigo and get on out of here. Came down a little hard there. You could put a docking computer on, but that's one less cabin you're going to have. So let's go to passenger cabin again, not mission board. and just turn them in. Now I'm going to take reputation.
Incoming
So you notice I got an incoming message because I got cordial with Sirius Corporation, which is nice because eventually you're going to want reputation with Sirius for an engineer unlock or two. Alright, so do reputation. So here, this one's great. 750,000 plus 4 rep. But if I took payout, I'd get 1.5 million. So I think I had like 2 of those missions where I could have made about a 1.5 million each. Robigo cartel I'm cordial with. That's good. Reputation. See, there's another 1.4 million. So that, just those 2 missions alone would have been 3 million on one run, plus the few 500,000. So that's 4 million in a run if I were to take the payouts, as you can see. So even with little reputation, you're making decent money. So there we go, all accounted for. Got no more missions, and now I've got 4.3 million, and my assets are 8.8 million. Now I came out here with like 7.3 ish, I think. But I didn't take the payouts. So anyway, let's do payouts only this time. So we'll cherry pick this stuff. So let's just start here. 1.6, 1.3, yes please. So there we go. I'm approaching it at a slightly better angle, and hopefully I won't get caught in the gravity well and slow down. Looks like I'm doing all right. So again, I'm at 5 minutes 15 seconds right now, and I haven't even scanned the beacon. So I'm already not going to make my 10-minute round trip. Okie dokie. So I'm getting ready to, please don't ram me. Please don't, thank you. Alright, so I'll go ahead and select Robigo. Okay, so I am at 4.3 million credits. And I'm going to go ahead and refuel and repair passenger board. I'm at 11.5 minutes right now. So I'm not even going to worry. I'm not even going to worry about. I'm always going to pick the most money. 1.5 million. All right. And again, this is a great place to get engineering materials too. You can pick that option. I'm not worried about that right now. But for high grade G4, G5 mats, it's a good place to get, biotech conductors or thermic alloys or whatever, and some exquisite focus crystals. Very useful. And you can always trade those down at a material trader. I think these are the lesser paying ones, I think. 400,000, 300,000. Okay, stopping my timer. 12 minutes, 13 seconds. Not including board flipping. And I am now at 11.5 million. So I was at 4.3. So, pretty good money. And that was like what? So 11 minus 4 is, was that 7? So I made about 7.2 million in one run. And that was with, wow, I just got caught in a weird loop there. I am still only cordial, friendly, cordial. And I'm at medium, probably medium exploration rank. Let's see what that did to our exploration rank. Okay, I'm almost all the way done with Trailblazer just on that one run. So 7 million in 12 minutes. Let's call it 15 minutes with board flipping. 7 times 4, 28 million. Round, 7 times 4 is 28. So between 20 and 30 million just starting out. But once you hit a certain amount of money, you're going to want to make a, you're going to want to get a Python for this. Python's the best ship for this specific run. It's the medium pad ship that has the most cargo, or in this case can carry the most cabins for economy class cabins. So let's go ahead and strip it for maximize jump range. So I need better thrusters now here because I have too much weight. So let's do 5D. Again, you might not want 5D. You're going to be slow as molasses with that. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You can take 9 runs. I'm not even going to worry about a fuel scoop. Let's export this build. And I'm not even going to worry about an LYR station. I'm just going to include the closest thing to me, to Robigo, that has all these things. So the closest system that has that is 300 light years away. So you're going to have to jump all the way back out in your T6, buy it. So that's going to be at least 30 minutes right there. Buy it, come back in a Python with less range. Your Python only has 20 light years, 19 and a half light years. So it's going to be less range, and you may even need a fuel tank here if you're not, once you're going back and forth between Sophis and Robigo. Anyway, just let's assume, so it's going to take you an hour just to go out there and back just to get the dang Python. So is that worth it when you could keep making 30 or 40 million an hour in your T6? I don't know. It's up to you. I think it's worth it to get that Python because you're going to be making probably 30 to 40% more per run in the Python. And again, this is why I might recommend, eventually you're going to want to engineer, so it might be a time once you have Python money to focus on engineers to get those, to get that, Felicity Farseer unlocked, get a frameshift drive, whatever, start doing a little bit of engineering and then come back to finish your grind, your money grind. But it's up to you. But anyway, within a couple of evenings, maybe 3 evenings if you're lazy and not as driven as a crazy person is, you'll have that Anaconda. At the very least, you'll have any medium, non-rank locked medium ship that you want within an hour or two.